For my submission into your contest, I decided I wanted to show you my entire collection of puzzles. Okay, start things off, we have a simple 6-piece burr made out of Legos. As you can see, it's pretty simple to take apart. Just take it apart piece by piece, and eventually it'll just fall apart. So now the real challenge is to put it back together. Which I have already memorized the solution, so it's not that hard for me. But obviously to someone who doesn't have a solution, it would be quite a challenge. So that's my first puzzle made out of Legos that I wanted to show you. So let's move on to the next one. For this next puzzle, I decided to create a set of pentominos. For people that don't know what pentominos are, they are just all the arrangements that you can have 5 squares stuck together in. And just think of each 2x2 block as 1 square. And so you can see I have 5 of them stuck together. And so here's one arrangement, and another one, and another one, and then you get the idea, there are 9 more. And so these pentominos actually have a rather interesting property about them, and that is, if you take one of them, you can create that shape 9 times bigger with 9 of the other pieces and have 2 left over. So if you're having trouble understanding what I'm saying, just watch these pictures and you'll hopefully understand. This neat little puzzle is called a Soma Cube. It is actually 7 pieces that you can put together, kind of like pentominos create a shape, but you can make 3D objects with them. As you saw, it can make a cube, and here are some other arrangements it can make. For the most part, the Soma Cube isn't really a very difficult puzzle. The cube itself has many solutions to it, and all of the other shapes I've shown that it can make also have lots of different solutions, so it's not too hard to find one of them. What we have next is called a Tower of Hanoi. It is a simple puzzle where all you do is try to get this stack of rings onto another post. Without some rules, this would be a very easy puzzle, but thankfully there are some rules, so it is a little bit of a challenge. The only rules are that you can only pick up 1 ring at a time, and then you have to place it into another post, and you cannot put a bigger ring on top of a smaller ring. That's against the rules. So you would have to put that over here. Up next we have a sliding puzzle, where the object of the puzzle is to try to move this 4 square block all the way out through this hole on the other side. But don't let this puzzle's simplicity fool you. It's really annoying and hard to do, and requires a lot of patience. This is the easy setup for the puzzle though. If you want the hard puzzle, you just have to flip these pieces around, and it becomes much harder. I'm not actually going to show you the solution to it, because that would probably just take way too long for me to do. I don't have this one solution memorized because it's really, really long. So, sorry, but I'm not going to show you the solution to this one. So what we have next is a sliding picture puzzle. This puzzle is actually a 4x4 sliding piece puzzle, and so yeah, it's a little more difficult than the average sliding picture puzzle, which is usually only 3x3, but it's still not too hard if you have a plan of how to solve it. And so the cool thing about this being out of Legos is that you can customize the picture to make anything you want. For this puzzle specifically, you have to try to make one black loop that goes throughout the whole puzzle. You have to use all of the black pieces to your disposal. You can't have some just hanging out right here. You have to make one full loop. So as you can see, when this puzzle is scrambled up, it can be pretty confusing if you don't know exactly how the original loop went. So you have to memorize it before you scramble it, or else you're going to have to try to figure it out, which can be pretty difficult. And next you will see some other pictures that I've created for this puzzle before. This next puzzle is the first of two puzzles I have in my collection that are made of Lego Technic pieces. This is just your standard take the ring off puzzle, except this one you don't take the ring off, you take the square off. So yeah, the solution to this one is pretty simple. You'll be thinking, oh duh, why didn't I think of that once you see it? But, well, unless you did see it. But here's how you solve this puzzle. Get the ring with the square to the center of the puzzle, fold it over, then take the square, and then just have it go through here. And so that's how you solve this puzzle. So what we have here is just your basic take the rope off puzzle. As you can see, you have this odd shape and you have a loop of rope attached to it. And this puzzle actually has a really, really long solution, and I am not able to memorize it. So unfortunately, I'm not going to show you the solution of this one either. It's just really long and hard to remember to do. This puzzle is actually the hardest one I have to solve, and it's my favorite out of all my puzzles I have. What you have to do for this puzzle is to try to take all of these sticks out of the base. As you can see, this one is just one solid bar, so that's obviously the locking piece and the final one you put in. And so now that that one's taken out, we're free to take some more out. And as you can see, we can only shift that one, we can't take it out. So shifting that piece has freed another one. And Now, some more pieces have been freed. And now all the pieces are out. But that's not the hard part. The hard part is putting them back in. And I can't even do that without about an hour to try to figure it out, that is. So that's the last of my puzzles. So there you have it, Oscar. That is my collection of LEGO puzzles. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I also hope everybody else has enjoyed it too. Please leave a comment letting me know what you think.